This is Reformed.
Is it bad I'm growing numb to this?
When I watch this show, especially after being away from it for so long, I love these rules, but I love all the options they open up. Whenever you're sort of told something new, like this is how something works, I get excited because it's like, oh, what else can they do with this? What are the opportunities?
Ooh, Popeye
and it's like,
Amethyst.
and yeah, for something like this where you know they can regenerate, and if anything, you need time to regenerate and be put back together. You know, Pearl took 2 weeks, and now they bring it back here.
Or you do it all sloppily like Amethyst.
Yeah, you keep getting killed by this thing, which is already pretty funny.
She got poofed again!
Yeah, which is already pretty funny,
Sounds
but...
really dirty.
But whenever she comes back, it's like, all the cool things you can do to this, and they do it every single time. Sometimes, like, one arm will be big and one leg will be big. Sometimes she'll come back looking like Pearl, or she'll have all feet. And the way she moves every single time, that's what I like. But the animation, this one I thought was really good. And not just with the expressions, which I really liked in this one, but the anytime she comes back in a new form, she moves different. Even when she comes back as Pearl, she kind of moves like Pearl and twirling around and stuff. And I really love that. I love that attention to detail, and it just makes it more fun and more flowing.
But it's really just a metaphor for accepting who you really are.
I didn't get that at all. I think you're reading way too
deep
into this.
Oh, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Yeah, no, don't say that. Don't listen to that now. I don't know. He's been drinking. Weird. No, that was also a very good message, obviously.
There was a message?
But it's also funny. I like seeing him go through her room. I always love the colors in her room. I'm very much a cold color person, so I love seeing those colors. I'm
not a purple person, so...
I like, if it's mixed with, like, blue, and blue's my favorite color, so I mean, as you can tell. You know. But, yeah, if it's mixed with that, you know, I'm fine with it. Purple. Oh, I love purple.
Thanks, Vicky Van. Yeah, no, I like blue a lot. Purple though, actually, purple and shades of pink may be my least favorite color.
I can see the pink. I never like...
I look at a sunset and I vomit. Now, actually, a sunset's about the only pink thing that I actually really like.
Yellows and browns I don't like. So yellow, orange, and brown, that combination I don't really get.
No, yellow-green as a combination I don't like. That swamp green kind of color.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But anyway, we're getting really sidetracked here.
No, let's talk about the color wheels.
Yeah, that's what you tuned in.
Cyan.
Yeah, I thought this was, again, a good, solid episode that sort of showed different things you can do with the regeneration, but also taught a nice moral. Like I said, the expressions in this one I really liked. They got really big and huge, especially with the yelling, but not Ren and Stimpy huge. Like, it still really complimented the emotions of the characters. Even that little smile she has at the end, you know, I thought that was a nice little touch. I'm going to take a wild guess and say when they were talking about which crying breakfast friend are you, who wants to watch a show where all they do is cry, and so they gotta be talking about themselves, right? They have to be talking about themselves. Like, that's one of the criticisms they got or something.
What was the criticism they got?
Well, because the show they're talking about, which crying breakfast friend are you, Amethyst just says, that cartoon's really weird. Why would you want to watch a show where all everybody does is cry?
Do they do nothing but cry on this show?
Oh, no, not nothing. I mean, I'm sure it's like a criticism or whatever, but certainly a show that addresses emotions, and there's a lot of people that, you know, cry when they're talking about the emotions and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's got to be a light,
I was just in it for the monster of the week. I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing on that. I just thought it was a joke.
I think, what do you guys, I'm curious to your guys' thought. Like, leave that in the comments, because I am curious.
What do you have to say?
Well, because, like, with almost anything, I don't keep that on top of fan bases.
I actually try to avoid fandoms like the plague.
Yeah, me too.
I find it just ends up clouding my own opinion, and I just rather not. I'm not saying any fandom's bad or worse than the other, but I find whenever I start getting involved and reading up on the fandoms, I'm just like, no. It starts messing with my own opinion of the show, good or bad. Like, I'd rather just watch it in a nice little bubble.
I like talking to a person about it. Like, this I really like.
Yeah.
I like talking to a person. When I get into a huge group of people,
When you
like
get into a message board,
it's just not my
gets
thing.
messy.
If it's your thing, great. It's community. It's sharing with mass public. Like, I think it says a lot about a fandom or just a group in general when you see what everybody sort of thought about it or how opinions sway or whatever.
It's like whenever I talk about
it's just not my thing.
It's like I don't pay attention really to anime fandoms at all, and I'll watch certain anime shows, not like them. I'll watch certain shows and I'll love them, but if I post about it, it's like, oh, it's like garbage, or I can't believe you don't watch a lot of anime, do you? And I'm like,
that's my favorite. That was
on your
somebody,
Facebook. Somebody, like a number of people, when I said I liked Sword Art Online, were just like, I get it. You don't watch a lot of anime. It's okay.
He has an anime night
teach you
every week with a group of friends that come over and watch.
So I posted the number of shows that I've actually watched, and a number of people who were saying they had publicly apologized because I've seen a fucking.
This dude loves anime.
I've been
all the costumes at conventions and stuff. Like, what 98% of them are.
No, because I don't. I'd say I know 50% because there's certain shows that I just haven't seen or that are out right now that I'm not watching, and but yeah. So, but it was just a clear example. Like, this is why I don't follow the fandoms. I like anime. I don't like talking to anime fans. Plural. Like, I've met plenty an anime fan that I've talked to one-on-one, and like you said, it's perfectly reasonable. But you get anime fans, and it all gets cliquish in this giant group, and then it's just all about, we want to shame you for liking or not liking certain things. It's like, go away.
Well, that's group psychology and mentality and stuff. I mean, how you act with a person or by yourself is going to be very different compared to how you act in a group. So, if it's really your thing, that's fine. I think it's even kind of fun to explore and stuff like that.
No, I'm saying if you're in a
thing.
fandom and you're enjoying it, go nuts. Not my thing.
Yeah.
I tend to just not want to know what people are thinking in the fandom. I'd rather just form my own opinion separate. So,
but no, I thought this was
be
pretty...
who you are. And what a great metaphor, because their bodies are all different on the outside, but on the inside, they're gems.
Aren't we all gems?
No, you're not.
That sucks.
No, you're more like one of those craggly little pebbles that I kick along the side of the road.
Amethyst started off as that too. Okay, no, she didn't, but that actually does bring me to something.
When you are 1/10 as cool as Amethyst, then you can say something.
No, but that does connect to something here, which I did kind of observe, which I like. Amethyst is, out of the three of them, is kind of the most of an outsider, and you know her history, you know her backstory, and she was brought in. She's, I guess, the youngest out of all of them. I
always got that vibe. Yeah,
I mean, we even saw him in that flashback one. I mean, she's like a little kid, or looks like a little kid, where the other two are grown up. So it's one of those things where I think that's a good character to do it with, because you can kind of identify with, she is kind of the outsider, so finding her identity might be a little tougher.
This whole show seems to be based around identity issues.
That's always what I said, and I really like it for that. I think, again, that's why I think it's great for kids. That's why I think it's connected so well with adults. I think right now, especially with the internet, identity is a really huge thing.
But they mention gay things, Doug, therefore it'll corrupt the youth.
I mean, and this show finds so many imaginative, interesting ways to discuss identity and relationships and so forth. And yeah, that's what pulled me to it. That's what I said, maybe we should do vlogs on this, because not just what they're talking about, but the way they're talking about it.
Well, and the fact that it's a well-animated, well-put-together show is the nice bonus.
Yeah. But that is a nice thing. You can watch it as an adult or as a kid, and you can get into the monsters they punch and the funny lines and the silliness, or you can also get into...
And it works because sometimes... Like, there's shows out there where I really love the story or I really love the message, but I hate the animation. Mm-hmm. Or there's some shows I've watched where I'm like, wow, what a terrible story, but that was gorgeous!
Yeah.
That happens a lot in anime, by the way. So this one, complete package.
It really seems tightly put together.
Yeah, very few complaints.
And again, because they're so short, like Adventure Time, you can't bullshit much. You have to get to the meat of it really fast, and you have to really focus on what's important.
Statement of themes.
But not just that. I mean, like, their emotional journey as well, like, has to be really direct while mixing in all this comedy and imagination and story arcs and just the all-around continuing story. I mean, it's tough, but they really balance it out well.
Well, we actually talked about this show.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's wrong with us?
We're getting bad at this.
Yeah, we gotta make out with more lamps.
We gotta go off topic.
So, I guess we better stop while we're ahead. What's your second favorite color?
Puce.
Mine's plaid.
That's not a color.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.